Dr. G. Really? Who's she?
Yeah, that's me.
Dr. G. Really? Who's she?
Yeah, that's me.
Dr. G. Really? Who's she?
Yeah, that's me. Greetings. It's Dr. G, and I'm glad that you could keep our appointment. Tonight, I am my guest, and I hope that what I share, will be of interest to you and yours. So stay tuned as we talk about multiple streams in the desert and how we can achieve prosperity, even in tough times. Yeah, that's me.
Dr. G. Really? Who's she?
Yeah, that's me. We're gonna rock. I'm gonna rock to my own music.
Really? Who's she?
Yeah, that's me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings. Thank you for tuning in. It has been a while since I've been on here by myself on office hours with Dr. G. But I'm glad that you tuned in to be with me today. Milestone. I did a post today with regard to makeup and whether or not we really needed to wear makeup to show our true beauty. So keeping with the day, I am on no eyebrow pencil, no mascara, no foundation, just my 65-year-old skin, which I'm loving the skin I'm in. So I'm kind of happy about that. Tonight, greetings. Tonight, I want to talk about prosperity. I want to talk about multiple streams. I want to talk about positive vibes and positive mindset. I need my shirt. I don't know if you can see it. Let me stand up. Everything's positive on here. Positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. I want to talk about how you said what? I can do all that except I need my eyebrow pencil. Love you, peace, love, Robin. Yes, I normally I have eyebrows, but I cut my eyebrows off when I was a teenager, many moons ago, and they just don't grow. But I do know how to draw them on. But today I wanted to be, I wanted to take the mask off. I wanted to be transparent. I posted about it today, and I posted a picture the day before yesterday. And so it didn't make sense for me, just because I was going to come on here and talk to you all, that I needed to, mask up. Mask is off. I just want to straight up you know, talk to my sisters and my brothers, and hey, this is me without the mask on, without the makeup. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to look like when I hit 80, but if I can keep this going, maybe if I keep all of that stuff off my face, perhaps I will keep it together. But that's not why I'm here tonight. I decided to talk about prosperity, and I want to talk about not only prosperity, but positive vibes and positive mindset, particularly during times such as these. We have never, ever, 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 ever seen any times like the times that we are living in today. Can I get an ashe? No one has seen these are unprecedented times, and these are times that maybe they had hard times back in the 20s and the 30s. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact in my 65 years on the planet, if there was anything that was really going on negative on a wide scale, I was oblivious to it growing up. I did not know that so many things were, and now looking back, now we're in 2020 vision, and we're seeing things clearer now. We are absolutely finding out that a lot of the things that we thought were one way were absolutely another way. And so, yeah, we're seeing that there was a lot of these kinds of things going on beforehand, but we just didn't know it. But now we all know it. And so what I really wanted to talk about is that how do we overcome the barrage, if you will, of negativity and the confusion and the chaos that is being lobbed at the people on a daily basis, even young children today, because children of today are so much wiser than when I was a child. I was a child who stayed in my place and didn't get into grown-up conversations and didn't know about grown-up things. But our young people today, they know, and they are being affected by a lot of these things. So I wanted to talk about how we can keep a positive mindset. And one of the things that helps me when things seemingly are going chaotic and haywire outside of me is to realize who I am. And when I say who I am, I'm not talking about who Nailah is, who Dr. G is. I'm talking about who I am intrinsically on the inside. Who is the real me? Who is riding in this vessel? Who is the captain of the ship, so to speak? And I had a conversation today with someone who wanted some clarity on reality. As a matter of fact, it was my aunt, and my aunt is 83, and she's one of the most delightful people to and open, woke people. I've always been able to have woke conversations with my aunt, but today I begin to explain what might be considered some metaphysical issues or matters with her. And when I explained it to her, she said, years ago, 30 years ago, she said to me that she had been told some of the very things. I guess she had gone to, I don't know whether it was a psychic or whatever, but she had been told some of the very things that I was telling her today. And she said, but, I'm glad, she said, that I was able to remain open-minded with regard to it. She said, because now it's coming back to my remembrance what was said. And she said, niece, she said, you're saying the exact same thing. And one of the things I was explaining to her about how we are not the body. And I used the analogy of a car. A lot of times we can use that analogy of a car. And the fact that I said, if you buy a car and you get in that car and you're driving around in that car, and that's cool. But when you get out of the car, it's just a car. I said, by the same token, I said, you have a soul. you have various layers of your etheric body, your subtle body, your energetic body, and all the various layers that make up you, that are encased inside of this body, which is the same thing as a car. And your soul is going around in this car, so to speak, or in this body. And when the body breaks down, just like when the car breaks down, if the car gets totaled, or if the body is in total disrepair and unable to be repaired, then your soul exits the body, but it's still a soul. And that, just like you'll get a new car, I said, many of us get new bodies. And many of us get these new bodies, I told her, because we have lessons that we have to learn throughout our lifetimes, that unfortunately we set plans and decide how we're going to play out our lives with our various cast of characters, our soul groups. And then we get here in the earth plane, and then we forget that we're playing a role. And we become victims. We think everything, either we become victims or victors, because either we have cast ourselves in a role of being successful or debonair or fine or whatever we've done, or we've cast ourselves in the role of being poor, or to be have some kind of physical, if you will, disabilities, if you will. We cast ourselves in these various roles. And I said, you know what? The various players in our lives, the antagonists, the protagonists, I said, we all choose the parts and we play our roles. And when it's all said and done, and when we're all back in that etheric realm, if you will, that on those higher levels, higher dimension levels, and we're replaying the play that we just played out, and we're saying, hey, you know what, when you did that to me, you really didn't do it as hard as, you didn't hit me as hard as you really were supposed to hit me, or you know what, you really, that one, you got me on that one. We are playing roles. There's an old song that the verse says of it, the whole world is a stage and everybody's playing a part. It goes on to talk about, stage is set, the curtain goes up, scene is a broken heart. But what I'm saying is the whole world is a stage and everybody is absolutely playing out their role in each lifetime. And so what we have to do is not allow ourselves to get all worked up over the bumps, the speed bumps and the potholes and the things, because you put them there. You set them there in your life in order for you as a soul to gain something. And the quest for you, your assignment that you took on was for you to remember what you came to do to gratify that soul. And I said, another thing I told my 83-year young auntie is that I said, a lot of times we get to a place where, we think, what have I done to deserve this? What did I do? Why don't people love me or like me? And I said to my aunt, I said, a lot of times in a previous lifetime, we were the antagonist. We were the bad guy or the bad girl. We were dishing out, punishment or being difficult. And so we choose in the next lifetime to balance that stuff out by living a life where we are antagonized, where we are living, our lives are under a microscope and all of that. And so all of it is not anything to get worked up about, because it's just a play and you're just playing the role that you absolutely designed for yourself. You do your own script writing, and religion doesn't allow us to embrace that. If religion would like us to be victims and victimizers. And when I talk about religion, I'm talking not true religion, I'm talking about dogmatic religion. Dogmatic religion will have you being a victim or a victor, when all you are is an actor. You are a divine spark. You are you're the creator, if you will, inside of a body, playing out 6 billion, trillion, however many souls are on the planet, all those different parts. But you have to remember your divine spark, and you have to stay positive, because you know in the end you win. And that's one of some of the things. Let me make sure I'm looking. Okay, so we learn a lesson to master assignments. Absolutely. We not only learn lessons, and you all talk to me, please. We not only learn lessons to master assignments, but the goal of the assignment, if you will, eventually is to ascend to the higher level where we don't have to stay on the karmic wheel like a hamster, coming back over and over again, forgetting exactly what it is and while we're there. Sometimes you see this in life with people in a single lifetime. And let me give you an example. For example, there are people who always seem to have the same kinds of negative relationships, or the same kind of the so-called bad luck when it comes to money or fiat. I know it's fiat, so don't correct me, y'all. But when it comes to money and finances, and they do the same thing over and over, they get to a certain point when it comes to, say, having a job, and they get something good going for them. And the next thing you know, something happens that they lose their job, but it's never their fault. They're never at fault for what they didn't do. But this happens over and over again. So sometimes we see, or relationship after relationship, as I was saying, the same kind of person, same kind of woman, the same kind of man you attract. Well, those are lessons. Those are signals or signs that is what you're supposed to be working on in a particular lifetime. And oftentimes we just flat out ignore the signs. We ignore the signs, and we just keep trying to find another person to fit the role that we think is going to make us, be happy, when it's not the other person. It's not another person that you need to look at and examine. It's you. I remember when I was preaching, I preached a sermon called "It's Not Me, It's You." You know how we talk about issues? It's not me, it's you. So the issues of our lives are usually laid out before us, crystal clear, and they keep playing over and over in our lifetime. Can you imagine if it's playing over and over in a lifetime? What about if it's playing over and over in multiple lifetimes? In some lifetimes you are male, in some lifetimes you're female, some lifetimes you're wealthy, other lifetimes you're poor. One lifetime you may have a major disability, but the same thing, because you're not learning anything, because you're not connecting the dots. And so one of the things that helps us to begin to delve into our multiple lives that we have lived, that possibly have a clue to why we're here and what we're supposed to learn, is perhaps meditation. And yeah, please do that. Would you all give me a thumbs up? Because I'm on here. I am the guest today, and I'm sharing. I'm going to get into the multiple streams, but I feel like I want to say this first. But meditation, I have conducted meditation circles at the House of Reawakening Minds. I used to do them regularly, and when we did the meditation circles, it would include Reiki. As you all know, I am a Reiki practitioner, and while I would be doing the meditation, and we would, I was able to get people to get into that Akashic sort of realm, that higher realm, with their cord attached to them, the silver cord. They would actually use the cord to climb up, not realizing that the cord is actually attached to them. But they would use the cord to climb up to the place where they were always connected. What are you saying, Dr. G? I'm saying that in our there is a place. There's a higher place where you are still connected, where you're in an etheric sort of spiritual sense. You're there and here. It's called a non-location, or if you will, bilocation, rather. You are there as above, so below. So we were able in meditation to climb the silver cord into a realm that we would call the Akashic or the Hall of Records, and then they were each individual person was able to go, listening to my voice in the meditation, but to go to a place and find whatever they wanted to know about themselves, and then to take a trip down a beautiful staircase, walk a path, find some water, find their a spirit guide, and they would know who it was. And when they got to the water, one of the instructions was for them to look into the water and to see not only who they were in a past life, but to see themselves moving or transitioning from that past life into, or out of, if you will, out of that life into another life. And so in essence, they were seeing who they had been at some point, and they also saw their so-called demise. But they realized that they still existed, but they realized that this being was them too. And they were able, when we came back out of the whole meditation process and we did our breakout, so to speak, to talk about what it was that they experienced while they were in meditation and what I sensed as an intuitive while I was actually, conducting. Each person got about 2-3 minutes of hands-on Reiki, because sometimes there'd be about 20 some people in the circle. And so I would have to remember and recall what I was getting as an intuitive download about each one of those persons. And I will never forget, there was a couple modern Europeans there that I had never seen before. And when I did when I was doing the Reiki on each one of them, I got an intuitive sense that these two women, they were both women, had been together in a previous life, but one had been, there was like a change. One had been the daughter, and the other was a mother, while in this life it was reversed. And I saw them dying in a fire in sort of like what we would call the antebellum South. And I at the time, I remember having a time period, a date or a time period when it occurred. And so I had to remember this while I, okay, go around to all these other people. So when we did the breakout, when each person gets to talk about what they experienced, and they talk about how they felt and what they saw, and then I tell them what I saw. And so I said to them, I said, I want to do you two together. And because normally it's just individual, you talk to each individual. Excuse me. I did not know their relationship. Turns out they were mother and daughter, and they had been reversed in the opposite life that I saw. And I said to them, do you sometimes feel as if I pointed to the daughter, like you're the mother and she's the daughter? And the lady began to almost to cry, because she said, oh my God, yes. Excuse me. She was frustrated in this life with her mother, because she felt that her mother looked to her more than her mother should, and that when she needed to look to her mother was always looking to her. And I was able to share with them in that session that the reason that your mother looks to you that way, because in this life, previous life, your mother was your daughter and you were her mother. And there's some kind of residual, if you will, in this relationship. You definitely are in a soul group, because here you are in another lifetime and you've just switched roles. So it was, I think it was sort of liberating for them, in a sense that the daughter could stop, maybe, hopefully, and I don't know, because we didn't really do a follow-up, but hopefully, they were amazed at that session. But hopefully what they were able to do is to start to work on their relationship and build their relationship in a way that mother could then be more, learn how to be maternal, and realize that in this life, she was the mother. She had to take charge. She had to be stronger, if you will. She had to not always look to her daughter for answers, and to realize that she had the answers in her. And those are the kind of things that we were able to do during many, many of the sessions. Another sister I remember who was traveled, she was a medical, some kind of technician, and she traveled here from out of state. I think she lived in Khalifa in California, but she was here where we are for a while, and she found my Reiki circle. She's very quiet, and she was always guarded. Did a Reiki on her during meditation, and I saw her being strangled. And I said, oh my goodness. So she experienced it in the regression. And so when we did the breakout, I was able to tell her, I said, the reason why you're so guarded is because of your strength. You were strangled in another lifetime. And she said, oh my God, she always felt like somebody had their hands around her throat. So many things, so many things that we were able, to experience in those other realms and those other dimensions when we did the Reiki circles. I miss them. I really miss them, but I will be doing those things again. But I guess I'm sharing this stuff because there's so, we're in 2020. 2020 is supposed to be 2020 vision. We're supposed to see better. We're supposed to think better, know better. And I'm just wanting to share some of what's in me, of the things that, that I have experienced and that I am able to, have been able to do by the grace and the power of what flows through me. It's not me, but it's what I allow to flow through me that allows me to do those things. It's not, like I said, I am not the power. I am just the conduit. And it's the same thing. But the thing of it is, each and every one of us has the ability. It's just that many of us, have squelched it, if you will, because, we were forced to. You can remember back when you were a child and you used to see shadow people, or used to see people or hear things or know things. And, your intuitive channels were open. The first 7 years of life, we are in a state known as theta. That's why, and theta would be like recording state, recording mode. That's why the Catholic Pope said, give me the child for the first 7 years and I'll show you the man. In other words, if in the first 7 years are those formative years when you are at a place where you're open spiritually, where you're open, your subconscious and your conscious mind is just learning. You're learning how to mimic and become what you're going to become. And so many people have been if you will, molded and shaped into things that weren't necessarily what that person or that being had desired for him or herself when they were going to come down here and do all those great things. And so if the wrong influence was being poured into them when they were in that record mode, now they have become indelibly, in a sense, imprinted with a consciousness that came from outside of their original purpose and assignment. She said, Sam, you feel like watching. I am not Alfred Hitchcock, Sam Banjo, but you, my girl, but many, many times, we are molded and shaped into mindsets and behaviors based on the things that happened to us in the first 7 years of our lives. And so it takes lifetime, so to speak, if you will, to undo, if you will, what was subconsciously implanted in us. And you just think it's you just think it's your DNA. You think it's what do they call it? It's my family. It's who we are. We the Johnsons, the Smiths are like that, or that's what the Joneses do. And I don't mean any disrespect for those who names I made a call out, but I'm just saying we take on these things, not realizing that we are a spark of divinity. In reality, we are the fall, if you will, the fall of man. When God fell into or shaped, allowed itself to be formed, if you will, or to not even form, to come into fruition in a human body, that would be the fall. That would be the fall. Here you are, a divine spark, and some of you think that you're nobody. Some of you think that you're useless. Some of you think that you have no purpose, when you absolutely, positively have a purpose. It is divine, and you have played so many roles in life that now you're at a place. Now we're at a place now where we need to know that the karmic wheel, is part of the matrix. That's part of the matrix. You know what I mean? Getting stuck in this loop that pulls you back every time you go out, and pulls you back into the same kind of mindset. Maybe changes, like I said, you got a new car, so you're not in the same car, you're not in the same body, but you got the same soul. You have the same memories, if you will. You have the same assignment. And it's just like any other school. If you don't pass, you don't graduate. Of course, school is changing as we know it down here in the earth plane. They'll just, you just have to click on the screen for a couple hours, and you get a diploma. Because we know that school, in that sense, now the earth school, that was an agenda. Different. Earth itself, being born on earth, is the school, is the university. Schools that we go to, that Frederick T. Gates and Rockefeller, that they designed, that was to mold people, particularly melanated people, into certain frames, that boxes. And they said, and Grand Sheik has read it on numerous times, they weren't trying to make the philosophers and theologians and doctors and people of learned letters and so forth. They were trying to create a race of people who would fuel the that age that they were in. That they needed people that could follow instructions and could move the widgets from here to there, or who could cut the crops and stack them the right way. That's what they needed. That's what they were not educating you on a soul, or you and I on a soulish level. And when you come to think of it, many of the things that we have been taught, so to speak, if you go back and look at its value, they have been valueless things. They have no redeeming value, so to speak. They have nothing. You go through school, and then you get out and get a job that has to teach you something totally different, that has nothing to do with the last 12 to 16 years. If you went to college learning, you still got to go and do OJT. You're never taught, if you will, but there's something innate in you that knows that who your true self isn't the job that you're doing. You know what I mean? Your true self is being smothered, if you will, under everybody else's expectations. And there's something on the inside of you that is just wanting and begging to get out, wants to get out and be free and do what it is you came to do. And so a lot of you have been the ones who have gone against the wishes of society, and gone against the wishes of your parents, or you've had, some of us have had teachers, especially in the older days, that would tell them, the child would come and say, I want to be this and that. And they're like, no, teacher would say, no, you can't be that. To a young lady, you go and learn how to type, and you will be a secretary in a steno pool. You go to make sure you go to home ec, so you learn how to cook, sew, and clean. But maybe this young lady has a scientific mind, because maybe this young lady was a scientist in another lifetime, in another dimension. Maybe that's who she really is, and that spark wants to come forth and do something great in this time. Yes, but we get pigeonholed, so to speak, and we got all of these issues, and we're dealing with so much stuff that other people have told us that we need to deal with. That's life. How many times has somebody told you just deal with it? Or you've gone through trauma, and then when you try to speak about what issues that you're still aching and having, you know, all kinds of sleepless nights over, that was in the past. Just deal with it. They don't understand. They don't understand. Shaquia Muhammad says, how do we break the soul ties of our past lives? Well, one of the ways that soul ties can be attacked, and I'm saying, you know, can be cut, and we call it cord cutting and so forth, is even through Reiki. A lot of times if you're having a Reiki session and it comes up, you know, first some things we do is, you know, we scan the body, energetically scan the body to see, you know, where there's different, you know, the temperatures are changed, where there's certain issues that are going on in your body. But we instinctively will go in and cut cords that are negative cords. We can energetically cut cords. So when you're cutting those cords, you intentionally are cutting soul ties, if you will. Now, you can't cut a soul tie that is meant, if you will, that you need to be working something out with. And what am I saying? If you made a contract in the etheric realm with this soul to do XYZ, and you all have not yet fulfilled the contract, then that is what we have to go through in meditation. And I am not a hypnotherapist, but good meditation will take you into another realm. So if you go to a hypnotherapist, or one of the things I wanted to share with you all tonight when I was talking about streams in the desert and so forth, one of the things I wanted to share with you is this what I have in my hand. And if you saw my interview with Russ Golston, we had it in our hand. I'm gonna run this. Okay, so this AO scan, it looks like a phone. It is a phone, but it is a it's a Blackview 100, very, very heavy, and it has software on it that, if I can turn it on, will allow us to scan. And I know you can't see it, but so let me try to see if I can get this up. So with this software, what we're able to do, and this is like dealing with things that might be deep-seated and deep-rooted. Okay. I got to sign in, y'all. So let me sign in. I had to let me sign in. Excuse me just for a minute. And I want to get to my account. What this actually does while it's logging in is we are able to actually scan a person, ourselves or someone else, with their voice, using their voice. It's called the inner voice. And this scan will energetically find out what emotionally is affecting you, is deep. So else, yeah. So excuse me just a minute. All right. Oh, I earned some commission, y'all. And that's not what I wanted to look at. So I want to go to network dashboard. I'm a little bit. I must have let me talk to you for a minute, and then I'll wait for this to come up. It's not the system; it's me right now. I logged out because I had to charge it, and I can't remember my password. But let me tell you what it does. What it does is it scans your body from your energetic voice. Everything in your body, every cell, every muscle, every fiber, every part of us has an energetic signature. And what this system is able to do is actually have you speak for a few seconds into it and scan your whole body. After that, it's able to also give you what would be the equivalent of a blood test and a urinalysis and never touch your body. And so technology and so forth like that, we have this kind of technology that is actually old technology, probably stuff that our ancient ancestors could do. But now they're bringing it out slowly but surely and allowing us to use something that's probably ancient. But what this does, though, is the point I was going to try to make is that something that's old, that's in your life, like a soul tie or something like that, if you're dealing with something like this system then has tones that it gives you, a series of tones that are developed specifically for your energetic imbalances, that if you listen to them 3 times a day for 2 weeks, it is the equivalent of 20 years of being on a psychiatrist's couch. Now, is that deep or what? This will absolutely, you don't have to go to a shrink or whatever. It'll tell you why you have certain issues going on in your body. For instance, it will tell you. Let me open. Let's see if I can open up my emails and tell you. It told me some stuff, and it says that this is why you have low back pain. I didn't tell it that I had low back pain, but I have low back pain. But I was holding anger. I was dealing with some issues. And also it tells me that I was a bit egotistical. It'll tell you, this thing will tell you stuff that'll make you go, I'm not like that. Why did it say that? I guess I am like that. When you think about it in reality, but Sally Joe, no, this app is absolutely not on the iPhone. This is a smaller version of an app that costs 38,000 notes. So I know iPhone, and even my what's the name, my what do you call that phone? Samsung has apps on it that will read some things, but no, this not only will read, but it will give you frequencies to balance whatever is an imbalance in your body. And when you get yourself energetically balanced, then it'll affect your emotions and it'll affect your body. We don't heal anybody, we don't diagnose anybody, but she said, oh no, Dr. G, you've been smoking weed tonight. No, baby, I don't. Doc don't smoke no weed. I don't smoke. But no, I don't know if you're saying that with regard to the actual what I'm trying to explain, or the fact that I can't get into my own machine. But no, it really does work. So I'm trying to pull up my own. Okay, I'm gonna pull up my own scan from AL. My inner voice reports. Okay. So what it does is, after, I don't know if you can see this because it's kind of hard. This is my phone. Nah, you can't see it. I'm going to just share something about me that it said. Is this my report? Yep. It says to me that I'm having affected octave when it scanned me. Dark blue, the color dark blue was affecting me. So which that means is that I shouldn't be looking at and wearing dark blue. It deals with suppressed emotional expression versus appropriate self-expression. It tells me the effective octave, because everything has a note. All energy has like a note, like a music note. G sharp. Physical areas that were being impacted when I did the scan was my large, and could have been, not necessarily all of it, because I don't have a prostate gland, but these are what could be affected when that's off. Your large intestine, your prostate gland, urination, stomach meridian, gallbladder, headaches due to diet, lower back problems due to muscular weakness, and enzyme production and metabolic digestive processes. That last two, the lower back problems, seriously. And the emotional issues that I was dealing with was communication, me of all things, depression, prioritizes the physical. And basically, it was telling me that I was dealing with a fear of confrontation and an unwillingness to express emotions, which may lead to, rejection or rob me of self-protection. So in essence, I was holding stuff in. And because I was holding stuff in, this stuff is affecting my low back. And lo and behold, I was holding some stuff in and I was suppressing some stuff. Now, I still have low back problems, but I know now that they're easing up because I know what it's doing to me. So I had to forgive some stuff, forgive some people, release some negativity, not allow these thoughts to play over and over and over and over again in my head. Because, when you're angry with somebody, you're not hurting them, you're hurting yourself. Let me see. So when I got this information, then I went on and did what's called the vital scan. And the vital scan showed me it was if I had taken a blood test and a urinalysis. I know another person that I did a scan on and it showed up that they were using recreational drugs. And they were. And it picked it up energetically. The technology is so awesome that not only does it show you what's going on, but then it comes back and gives you the energies and tones to listen to 3 times a day to bring your whole body back in balance. Conscious. Thank you. Yeah. If you liking what I'm saying, please do like and share. Deborah says she wants a scan. Okay. The device, Brahim Rich, is called the AO Scan Mobile. It's called the AO Scan Mobile. So it's a mobile scanner, and it actually will scan your body, and you can also do it for others, and it will give you a report, a printed report. One report is 35 pages. We also have technology on this thing that will actually allow you to go in and say imprint, erase something. Like say you want to, you have a favorite, say you're taking a particular herb and you want to, if you have, say, some structured water, or maybe you have some canyon water, or maybe you have some alkaline water, and you can put the water on one place and the herb on the other place on this, and press imprint, and it will imprint into the water what the herb is, so that when you drink the water, it's like you're taking the herb. It is amazing. Can this be ordered online? 24K, Joanne. My link is running, AO Scan is running right there. And if you actually want to check out, we actually do have, you can check it out right there, the link there. And I don't know how to, maybe I can stop it from scrolling and put it on for, so that you can just see it, but it's kind of long. Let me see. I don't know how to do that. I'm trying to make it not be a ticker. I don't know how to do that. Anywho, That's the link. You guys, you know my number. If you want to reach out to me, you can give me a call and I will send you a link with more information about that. But let me get back here to comments. Let me get back to what I was talking about. There are so many things. Technology. Let me just see. Things that what you're saying makes sense. It's true. Yeah. There. You know, there are so many experiences that we have that validate that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. But because sometimes family members, unfortunately, you have families where they'll say so and so grandma had the gift and your great grandma had the gift. But then when grandchild, grandson, granddaughter starts displaying the gift, then they're suppressed because they don't want you to be who you are, what you came here to be. And I know I'm talking to some people on this call. On this broadcast now, and some of you who are watching in the replay that this applies to. I want to say to you that this is your time. If you're on this call, it is because it is your time to allow yourself to fully activate your hidden and suppressed gifts. Once you do, a lot of the discord in your life, a lot of the confusion in your mind is going to subside. And the reason why you're going through and feel like you're living a dichotomous life is because you're not fully living the life that you manifested, that you incarnated to live. Many of us have lived our mama's dreams, our daddy's dreams, and everybody else's expectations. And because we didn't, because we were children, when we were young and we didn't want to talk back, we allowed ourselves to be put into situations that we don't fit in. Now you're old, you're grown. Now that you're a man, now that you're a woman, why are you still, stuck in a place that you don't want to be? I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, and definitely spiritually, because you are a spiritual being. You are a soul riding around in a vehicle that you have changed many, many times in the past. So there are levels that we can reach if we just stop going around like this and start pointing our direction up. And how do you go up? How do you ascend? You ascend by fulfilling assignments. You may have to go in meditation. I meditate. I have a finally, okay. I actually have there's a meditation that I listen to at night. And I know we don't, we say, there money's not any, we don't, we do want it. We want it to turn it into silver and gold, but we will take the fiat until the fiat is no longer. I don't think anybody on this broadcast, if somebody handed you $1 million fiat dollars, would say, "Oh no, I'm not taking that because it's fiat." You better get out of here with that. So I have a thing that I listen to at night for 8 hours. Right? Some people want to know, like, how am I successful with some of the things I do? Quicksilver, for instance. I came into that company on May 17th of this year, to be exact. And the only fear I had about getting involved with Quicksilver was that I was going to be too successful. Now, most people are afraid they're going to fail. Well, I was afraid that I was going to succeed. And whatever you fear, it's going to come to you. And so I've been very successful with that company. In so much so, I just posted a day where I just, I came in second place in a contest, and I've been 14 days in the company. I didn't even know they had a contest going on. And I came in second place. Ever since then, ever since May, since June, every contest that they have had, and this is not braggadocious. No, I don't brag, but every contest that Quicksilver has had since June. May, I did second place. I've come in first place. Now, I see some people gaining on me, and I hope they do, because I'm almost at the top. So come on. But you have to have a mindset to succeed. And so I have this meditation. It's about money. So don't talk to me about money, y'all, because right about now, I mean, I got a heck of a lot of silver for when the reset comes. I'll be set. But right now, we still dealing with fiat. And so this is my mantra. And I have a person that I listen to, Brian Scott. He has meditations, excellent meditations. So an 8-hour meditation. And this is what I hear, 8 hours. This is what my subconscious hears for 8 hours. Large sums of money come to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis in the best interest of all that I get to keep, use, give, and spend joyously. I hear that for 8 hours, y'all. And I expect to receive it. Many of us are listening to negative stuff, negative voices, negative music, looking at negative stuff on TV, listening to mainstream media, and whatever you put garbage in, garbage out. I have found that to absolutely be true. I wanted to show you, while I was doing that, my system came up. I wanted you to see this screen. Ooh, so if you can, I don't know if we can see that. I'm trying to put this in my camera. I don't know if it'll focus, but anyway, so this is called the inner voice. I'm going to show you how this works. Watch me, y'all. So what I'm going to do is actually, we have some bone conducting headsets. I can do this without the headset, but I'm actually going to put these on. And bone conducting headsets actually sit right on the bone. It's not in my ear, it's on the bone. What did I just do? Now, I just had my screen up. Y'all saw it, right? And now I don't see it again. I thought I was going to be able to do this. I don't think it wants me to do it. I don't think it wants me to do a demonstration, because I was just getting ready to do the demonstration. I logged out. That's what happened. When it comes back up, I'll scare myself. But these bone conductors actually read right into go better than having something stuck in your ear. But when it comes back up, I'll do that. But the scans that are being done are amazing. Let me see what else I can show you that I've done, because it sends you an email. It shows you your body. tells you whatever you're doing, it actually will show you everything. Will you be doing appointments? Pot is on the earth. Are you asking me, would I do appointments? And I can do, I did a brother about a week or so ago who was in the Atlanta area. And it was quite a good outcome. And he, like I said, he was in Atlanta and I'm here when I'm not in Atlanta. So, this kind of stuff does work. Another thing that I'm doing, because what I wanted to do for this session was to tell you about how to have multiple streams in the desert. So the other thing that I'm doing has to do with, of course, everybody's concerned about germs and diseases and so forth that are going around. And so I had actually posted this, and I got some calls actually today about this that I posted. And what it is an air purifier that literally kills SARS-CoV-2. SARS-CoV-2, in case you didn't know, is the virus that leads to COVID-19. And so there's a NASA inspired technology that actually uses it's called bipolar ionization, and it sends out these ionized whatevers, and it kills the virus in the air. It grabs it and it kills virus in the air. It kills virus on hard surfaces, and it kills viruses on fabric. So, and it kills black mold. It gets rid of allergens, like if you have pet dander, or if you have dust mites, or you have all kind. If you're sneezing, coughing, or if you're in a building that's, sick building where, I worked in a place for 20 some years and we were always sick, and you can look up in the grates and up in the ceiling and see all the black soot and so forth. And I was telling a brother today, when it comes to why do you need something like this in your home or in your office or business? Because if you don't have an air purifier, like a machine or something, then guess who's the air purifier? You are, because your lungs have to purify. Your lungs have to take in all of the allergens and all of that stuff. So when you have an air purifier, and this particular air purifier cleans up to 3,000 square feet. Most of us don't have homes that are that big, so it'll clear up a pretty large space. And so there's an opportunity that I have right here. And I said, I'm seeking 9 people, because applied science of the number 9, who want to have a 6-figure income business with no cash outlay. And so I've gotten a couple calls, and the people that I've explained it to, very interested. And they also want it for themselves. This is a business where a lady just last month was able, with no experience, to take this particular, with the COVID or whatever, maybe I'm not supposed to say that, with what's going on with the CV that's going on now, was able to take it to a school and let them keep one of the systems for 3 days. And when it was all said and done, she made 80,000 fiat dollars. So I'm saying, if you're out here and you don't have a job, and you got a half a brain and can study something to know what it is, to be able to read what your system does and share that with somebody and get an appointment to see somebody, you could sell directly from your website with no cash outlay and make several $100s per sale. And so I'm trying to put stuff out that I know that, 1, we need, and 2, that will be the least taxing on somebody's finances, in order to, make some, because some of us don't know how we're going to make ends meet. So as I become acquainted with various and sundry products and opportunities, and I'm going to share them here, because for some people, like for me, when it like I said, when it comes to the Quicksilver, who knew? You know, I I was just saying, I know I'm going to reach level 22 before the month is over, but reaching level 23 and 24, I'm going to have to do as much as I did to get from 1 to 21 to get from 22 to 24. So, but guess what? I'm up for the task. I'm up for it. By the same token, I know that there are other things that everybody doesn't have finances to get in business. So I don't know why you all 9 people haven't called me yet about this, because I've explained it now what it is. I had a call today with a woman from a nursing home, and I just happened to mention and ask her what kind of system they had in this nursing home, and that they didn't have. She said, "Oh, we have, this is an old building, we don't have it." And ask her if I could bring. I told her I have a shipment coming in, and I'd like to bring a system over for them to try out for 3 days. Why am I doing that? Because when I get it over there and it cleans their air so good in 3 days, they're going to want not only that one, but one so that they can have one to cover all the square feet of their facility. And that's the kind of things. Somebody's calling me already. I'm going to tell them I call them back. It's probably somebody. It's one of those 9 people. But I did that. I took a bold stance, because I'm making a list of who can use an air purifier besides everybody. Who doesn't want to open up their business back up by having something that's NASA inspired and that kills the virus that leads to the disease that everybody's on lockdown? Let's see if there's any questions or comments. Talk about multiple streams, y'all. Let me see what y'all having. I'm just trying to look at some of your comments. There's all kinds of things out there that'll cure us. Most of the things that'll cure us, which are natural, have been squashed. And so people can't say that they have anything to cure you, because then they'll get in trouble with the alphabet people. But there's absolutely stuff out there, that will definitely cure almost everything that ails us. But when it comes down to, how do we get out of this lockdown, or at least how do we make our home, our business, and so forth safe? This particular product is one that I'm pretty sure is going to help a lot of people, help a lot of businesses, help a lot of homes, even if you're not worried about the CV thing. But if you have allergies or asthma, or if you have animals like I do, I got a cat who's got short hair that sheds everywhere, and a dog with long hair that doesn't. So it's, hey, but it's all in the air. And like I said, if I don't have an air filter, then I am the air filter. So I'm going to let my Active Pure air filter, air purifier, do the work for me. Let me see. So, anywho, let me get back to some more philosophical stuff, because I know y'all like that. From a standpoint of, like I said, back to meditation. Meditation is such a good way of starting to balance yourself, to balance and focus. Like I said, and if you can't sit and meditate for, a half hour, then do the sleep meditations, because your subconscious never sleeps. So when you play some of these, if you get a good long meditation and it's playing for 8 hours, your subconscious, you may hear the first 5-10 minutes of it, and then your conscious mind is going to sleep. But they're calling. Your conscious mind. This is actually the number, y'all, that that's listed. So folks are calling me, and I thought I had turned the sound down, but I didn't. Don't know how. Actually, it's a new phone. Um, but yeah, so meditation while you're sleeping is probably more effective than the waking meditation, because you get so distracted. The phone rings. You got monkey brain like I have a lot of times. Thoughts going from thought to thought to thought, swinging like a monkey from mind to mind. So many of us have those monkey thoughts that we can't stay on one thing for too long before we're thinking about something else. But if you do find a good sleep meditation person, like I said, I like Brian Scott's meditations. He also is a follower, if any of you all are familiar with the teachings of Neville Goddard and some of those, people from, the early 1900s and so forth that had a lot of influence back then. He's a follower of Neville Goddard, but he has a good voice for listening to and getting you in a relaxed state. And then when you go to sleep, you and your subconscious are dealing with it, but you wake up with the benefit. And it would be the same thing if you find that kind for not only, bringing in finances, but say healing in your body, or for clearing emotional issues, or whatever it is you're dealing with. Also, I do Reiki, distant Reiki. I do holistic intuitive counseling. When I do Reiki, I do get normally holistic. I'm saying a little holistic. I do get an intuitive download for whomever I'm doing the Reiki for, and I do write it and type it up so that I can share that with you for whatever I get during the Reiki. And the thing about Reiki is it's energy, and I don't have to be right there where you are in order to reach you energetically. Some of y'all probably remember a couple, maybe last month, or I don't know, it was last month or whenever, when I had brother Dayami from China on, and the energy just got wild and had to send it out. And some folks received it even in the replay. So that's how strong it is. So I've done Reiki for people who said, "Oh, I've been sick for a week or two," and I was like, "Well, why didn't you tell?" A month, I remember my brother, and I said, "I'm gonna do Reiki on you." He said, "I think he's out in the Midwest. He definitely is." And I did Reiki on him, and in the middle of the night. And then I called him the next morning, and I said, he texted him, and I told him, what I did. And I said, drink water, because you're going to have fluids. You're going to have some, so you can move the fluids in your body. And he said that he had started to release a lot of phlegm and mucus out of his body during the night. Well, I was doing Reiki. He had been sick for a month, and just one session of Reiki, energetically, a couple thousand miles away, it got over there to him. You know what I mean? And so we can do that. We can do all of those things, but these things have been taken away from us, and we've been given, religion in its place. And so therefore many people are afraid that, they don't want to delve into these things. They think it's hocus pocus and stuff like that. And it's not. It's real. It's absolutely, positively real. It's as real as a preacher laying his or her hands on someone at the altar. The difference is that they don't really know what they're doing when they do that. They don't know if they haven't been trained. They don't know. I mean, they're laying hands, but I don't think, when I was a preacher, I did not realize the extent to what I was getting from people. When I was able to say things to them at the altar, I was just reading them. But when you are trained, you know what you're doing, and you know how to direct the energies, for certain results. It's just looking around to see. I got some, I'm surrounded by silver. Are there any questions that I can answer, please? I know y'all are having conversations amongst yourselves, but are there any questions for Dr. G? I would love to entertain your questions or comments. Let me see. I'm seeing so much stuff here that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Daquan, thank you. You said my update set the landscape for one-to-one, not only for them. Wow, that's great. I'm glad. I'm glad that those updates. I haven't done any lately, and I will. But I kind of been focused in some other areas. And today you have 6 cats today. Oh my gosh. I got one and he's a handful. He's a handful. I just put him out of the room just before I went live because I figured he was going to be scratching and his bell with his little tag would be ding, ding, ding. So I put him out. I put him out. So it's some type of air purifier. Anything? Okay. Yeah, it's called, an active pure. It's called an active pure. If anybody wants to know what it's called. She said I should get a play out on the plan. Oh, I'm looking at other people's stuff. I'm reading. See if there's any questions. Oh, he said want to see him. I closed the door. He can't even get in, y'all. Let me see. I don't think he can't even get in. I'm interested in the business opportunity. I sent you a text. Okay, cool. Someone says, G, is Reiki equivalent to AO? I want to say that Reiki and they're complementary, but they're not necessarily. They don't do the same thing because with the AO scan, I mean, really, I'm able to. We're able to delve into and get information that you can't get for Reiki. I mean, with Reiki, you might detect. I may detect different areas over a energetic body that seem to be okay. It's cold there. Okay, I feel normal. I feel some disturbance here. But with the AO scan, they will specifically give you like a readout in the vital of if you have if your cholesterol level, you'll see it shows as either in range or out of range. Say cholesterol, HDLs, lipids, goes through the whole panel of what you would get. It does the same thing for like I said, urine and blood, but it doesn't need to take your urine and blood to do it. It reads you energetically. They have in the system over 120,000 energetic signatures for parts of the body. So when it reads your body, it knows what your kidney at optimal level should be vibrating, for instance, or your left ventricle or your right breast, ladies. You'll see that there's a difference sometimes in the left and right, where we have the same thing on each side, or left kidney might have an issue. I know or left and right ear. I know when I did my son, I said to him, I said, are you having issues with your left ear? Because it showed that there energetically that there was a big difference in what was happening in one ear than the other. And he said, well, yeah, it's stopped up. Well, it energetically picked it up. So I would say no. I would say they could complement each other, because anytime you get Reiki, that energy, one thing about Reiki though, it knows where to go within the body. And so that energy can actually get to you and get to where it needs to get to, without you knowing, me the practitioner knowing exactly the specific spot. Once you start to go through the different spaces and in the process of doing it, and it knows where to go. I hear the cat out there. Let me see. I'm trying to read your comments and respond. Reiki session 2. Interested in business. Okay, saw that. Okay, then Dr. G, tell the Moors here in Buffalo, New York, I can't be the only one. Shout out to Sam Banjo. Now I can sound like my long lost uncle Hotel. Okay, Moors out there in Buffalo, Brother David Randall can't be the only one. I don't know what the only. I guess he means conscious. Is that what you mean? The only conscious more? There are probably more. You said list the streams. Are you okay? Sally Joe said list the streams. Well, oh, so now you want to make me get up. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. You're asking me for vibration. I will do the vibration. Just give me a okay. All right. I will get that. I have to go over there and get it. Also, Pure Soul Base says the AOS book, can it be downloaded? It cannot. The scanner itself, you can either get this phone for your scanner, or you can actually get a tablet. I have a tablet coming. Yeah, I have a tablet coming in. But you can use a tablet, or you can use the phone, but you can't download this onto, say, just any phone. This phone has been optimized by the company, and this thing you can throw this in the water, stomp on it. It's like military grade, but it's been optimized for what we use it for. So you can't put that on, say, another phone. No, it doesn't work like that. So, but anyway, you can't do that. So, okay, iPhone, have you nationalized and are you a banner? I am an L. Oh, Sally Joe, didn't mean to put you up there like that. Sam Banjo, I am an L. Yes, I have L. I am an L. Okay, let me read some more. So it's on a phone, or it's on a tablet, an 8-inch tablet. We're the military grade tablets come. I think they go out next week or this week. Or you can buy the $38,000 machine. Okay, let me see. What's up here. Taj worked to me. Facts Buffalo Morris. That's Bill. Sam told him. Buster. Okay. All right. So anyway, this is Sally Joe. When you say I just need the streams, are you asking me what streams that I'm referring to in my title about multiple streams? Because I do a bunch of things, and I'm 65. I'll be 66 in March, and I could be retired, but I am retired, but I could be resting on my laurels, but that really wouldn't be me, because that's how you die quick, when you sit down and stop doing and being. We're human beings, and so I have always found myself being and doing the things that keep me active and keep me alive and so forth. And by the same token, that'll put me in a position where the things that I want out of life and to do in my life and for those in my life, I can do. And so these things, I've done a lot of things over the last 30 plus years when it comes to working with various companies, and never had to wait until I got as old as I am to actually learn some things, and to be discriminating enough to pick out just the things, the best things. And one of the things that I do, I gotta grab a bunch of things. I use my pendulum a lot when I want to know, should I do something, or do. And here's another thing that you guys don't know that I do. Probably no. But because I don't put my stuff out like I should, but I actually have crystals that for sale. I collect. I don't know if you can see these crystals, but I have raw crystals that I actually went to Little Rock, Arkansas last year, and I have so many. I need to be showing you all these things that they need to come out of my house. I got all these crystals. Lots of crystals. Lots of crystals. Quartz crystals. All kinds of crystals over there. I actually went to the crystal mines and got the crystals and didn't dig them up, but went to the mines and have all kinds of crystals that if anybody is looking for any type of crystals, I have all kinds of stones and so forth. And I don't know why I would have my stuff out at the House of Real Awakening Minds. And then, of course, when all the renovations and stuff were going, I brought things home. And so I just never, ever, ever put my stuff out there. And it's so much, it would fill this whole desk if I put it all out. But Joseph Johns, if you would, I'm going to post back up with my number. If you would just text me at that number, then I will send you back the information, because I don't know how to get in touch with you. You said, please send details, but I don't know where to send details. So what I'll do is I will post with my number again, and then you can text me, anybody who is interested in knowing more about active pure or silver or AO scan, whatever. Those are multiple streams. I got people, believe it or not, calling me almost every day trying to get me into stuff. I can't get into everything. And like I said, I use my pendulum, and I'll ask my pendulum if this opportunity or that thing is something that I should do or not. If it says no, I don't do it. All right? Because my pendulum has been pretty accurate. So I just listen to the energy. Let me say, I need to do the Reiki. I've had an air purifier that cooks the air and kill all mold, bacteria, and germs. Okay, cool. You got one. That's what this one does. What the active pure opportunity is, though, for those of you who are looking for an opportunity where you don't have to put any funds out to do it, is you got this beautiful technology. And the other thing that active pure has, and I don't know the retail price, and you notice I'm not saying any prices out there. I will tell you, if we talk on the phone, I'll tell you what the manufacturer suggested retail price is, plus what we can get them for wholesale. If you want to purchase them, you don't have to. But what was I saying? Got away from myself. But I get a lot of requests to become parts of things, and I know I just absolutely can't do everything. But here's what I was going to say. Thank you. My mind at 65, sometimes I lose stuff. What I was going to say to you when you said you have something that cooks up, and we also have, and with Volare, we have a small system, that portable system that is for automobiles. Now, who is the market for that? Anybody that has, say, a Lyft drivers or Uber drivers, anybody that has, besides just maybe somebody just wants in their car, but when you think about people who are in business, who it would behoove them to have this thing that clears the air, clears fabric, clean, cooks, like you said, on the air, fabric, and hard surfaces. And you got a portable system that fits in your car and keeps the air clean. Now that's something you feel safe now getting into. Maybe you'd be safe. I don't know about the person himself, but safe in a vehicle like that, say a Uber or Lyft, or somebody might be drive a small van and pick up people. It would make sense for them to have a small active pure system in their vehicle. We do have such a system So we have people that, you have all kinds of, you could think of, I could think of hundreds of businesses that could benefit from having it, or homes. So if you want to be the one in your area to offer that opportunity for this product and do it from a link, and you don't have to put out any cash, or even you can buy your own. The company does have payment plan options so that you can even purchase your own. Then I would say sign up. And what does it hurt? If you sign up, it's absolutely free to sign up. So even if you don't do anything, no harm, no foul, So it's just a great opportunity, Now, let me go back and see what we did. All right. So I'm just trying to, so what I'm going to do is give me like one little second. I got to get up. I got to pick up a couple of, I just want to find some stuff. Sam has asked me to do some tones for you all, and I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Okay. Here. They want to come here. Are you talking? All right. So we're back. We're back. And here's Kat. Say hi. You're not going to say hi to him? Kat. They're looking at you all over the world. Okay. You've been seen. Energy. Who's ready for some energy? Close your eyes, y'all, just for a few. I don't have any energetic music, but I just want to play. Did that get your attention? Did anybody feel that? I want you all to feel this energy I'm giving. Mhm. I do not know what this bowl is made of, but I thought it's from a Tibetan brother that I met in New Jersey. He's a brother from Tibet. And I have brass ones down at the House of Reawakening Minds. You feel it? I'm gonna do it one more time. Trying to get your minds to a place where you can settle down in your minds. I love playing the singing bowl. I love the energy of the singing bowl. If you're talking about my bowl, you said my bowl need to be washed out. Well, it has little pieces. I had some things inside of the bowl, and so but the bowl. Please give you a few tips on meditation. Got to have meditation Mondays. Absolutely. When it's different when when you're doing it on when you're doing it and you're not doing it live, but because a lot of times people don't want to. I can see when people are not if they're not focused, if people are having trouble focusing, and a lot of times you don't know what people are doing. If you're doing it remotely, you hope that everybody is actually taking taking part, but you don't know. So I have some. Oh, that's not it. Oh, my Reiki thing. Let's see my Reiki. So some music. Sort of with some soothing. There's different musics. I don't. Some of these are native musics, and they don't. I would just suggest you go on Spotify and look up like meditation music. Um, and again, also on YouTube, there are some real good guided meditation. What you want to look for are guided meditation um, videos that somebody is actually speaking to you and walking you through the process. When I do meditations, I start with a total relaxation. So the participants have their eyes closed, the music is playing, and we begin to go through a series of visualizations about where they are and how they're planning to becoming one, you know, with the earth, and one, with the heavens, and allowing their breath to flow up and out, down, up and up to their heavenly connection through their cord and down into the earth, to anchor them. And then we relax the various parts of the body, relax the hands, we relax the wrists, and we relax, till we've relaxed everything. And then I take you through the uh, ascent into the Akashic realm, and we visualize what we see. And then everybody has their own experience. And then when I'm doing Reiki, after I'm not talking now, I'm now going around doing Reiki on each person. I'm getting the download of what's going on with them. And so, when we do we come back together and do the breakout about what they experienced and what I witnessed and got, most of the time, it matches. I'm not going to say it's 100%, but most of the time it's a match. Let me say. You said you said I played Jeezy and Gucci. I don't know what that was. It popped up on my I don't know who it was. Um, let me see. Well, if you're sincere, study yourself and study history and law. So much that's involved in us as being Moors. I try to tell folks that, and I saw somebody said it too. Nationality, nationality is, if all we think about is nationality and birthright and don't do anything else, it's, to me, like, once you know who you are, you got to be who you are. And then that includes all the things that you're, like I said earlier, what's your assignment? What did you manifest? What did your, like Taj is always saying, I'm here doing what my mother sent me here to do. Well, what did your mom send you here to do? But the truth of the matter is, your mom didn't send you. You sent you. You sent you. You really sent you. You picked your mom, you picked your dad, you picked the circumstances of your life. You knew you was going to ace it, because you knew that whatever happened in between, from the birth until the time that you exited this vehicle called the body, that at the end of it, that you would end up back in your heavenly place, where you are still, as I said earlier, it's by location. You're there and you're here at the same time. You're watching what you're doing. You're watching your mistakes. You're watching your successes as well as your failures. And that should take the fear, if anybody has fear about what's going to happen afterwards, you get to review it and say, how good did I do? So it's best to do the best we can to live out our fullest, to live our lives to the fullest, not get too caught up in any one thing, unless that one thing is the thing that you came to do. But you gotta know that you're on the right track. You gotta know that you're on the right path with what you're doing in life. Let me see. I'm talking about getting rid of struggles and being a complaint some more for the record. Okay, speaking of breath, Dr. G, do you know wearing those masks, man, you better not have not. Yeah, I hate those masks. I got some disposable ones at Costco yesterday that were black, but I hate those blue things. But to wear the same thing over and over, you don't want to breathe. That's, you want something you can throw away, take off as soon as you get, where you don't have to have it on you. That feels good, LL. Okay. Thank you, CM Banjo. It's easy to study. I'm just reading comments. Funk Boogie, you need to get, how many times? You said that like 15 times. You need to get you need a singing bowl. And that's about what, 10 inches? I was trying to think how that is. But that energy is something we should just get more into, so, look for, there may even be singing bowls, on the what do you call it? When I say Spotify, it could be on there. And if you can find that, you don't have to do it yourself. Just listen to the energy. Just listen to the energy. And I'll tell you, now those bowls aren't cheap. So, but that's not to deter you. Get what you want. Get what you want. That's what I want to get, the mindset that you can have anything you want to have. Take the brakes off, take the limits off of whatever has held you back. Stop being fearful about not having enough, not being enough, not doing enough, and just begin to vocalize and to state what it is you want. In other words, you're going to have to manifest your reality. That's what I've been doing, manifesting mine. I've been breaking out of stuff and, getting into stuff that I want to get into, and realizing that even at my age, that I got a lot yet a living to do. And so, I'm not slowing down. And if I'm not slowing down, there might be others on here as old as me. I'm not sure, maybe not. But if you're not as old as me and you're slowing down or you're giving up, shame on you. Positive. Have a positive mind. Have a positive vibe, and you'll have a positive life. I think that's what my shirt says. That's right. So I want to be an example. I try to be an example rather, to you all. And I study. I study for myself. And if by chance there's something that I can share, then I share it. But it's not easy, y'all, trying to come on here every week and have a good show for you all. And I did have a guest planned for this week, and we just didn't connect the way I would like to have connected so that I could have conducted a good interview. So I decided to come on myself and just talk about what I'm talking about. So I hope you all are all right with me not doing the normal show. Next week, got a good show on tap. But I ask you all, and I'm serious about that, I need suggestions and recommendations. If you all know good guests for Office Hours with Dr. G that you can refer, please, by all means, reach out to me. Let me know. Here's my little promo. It says, would you or someone make a great guest on Office Hours with Dr. G? If so, you can email me at glitch, GLITCHCCM @gmail.com, or you can call me on my other number, 302-345-0500. So I've got a couple numbers, y'all. So I'm looking for people who are this not your normal run of the mill. We don't want to just talk about, we want to talk about exciting things here on the show. We want to talk about numerology and astrology and, soul mapping and, all kinds of stuff, crystals and, Reiki and Moorish science, because it's all Moorish science. But if you all have or know of someone who would be willing to come on, it will help me. It'll help Dr. G, because I do everything myself. I find the guests, I solicit the guests, call them. I don't beg anybody to be on it, but I do reach out. And so it would be really great if you all would recommend and tell them about the show and tell them that, there's a great audience, that you are a great audience and you would love to have them and they'd be seen by folks, even if not in the initial show, but in the replay by thousands of people, then I certainly would appreciate that. I have reached out to King Simon just recently this week. I said he hasn't called me back. I interviewed him before on my radio show, and I do have books by Lloyd Strahan. Tasha K. Wow. Tasha K's got her own empire. I don't think Tasha K's gonna want to come on this little show. See, let me see what else is up here. If you wanted to. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get out of there. Block. Oh, who are y'all asking me to block? Y'all want me to do a block party? I call them block parties. See, I'm filtering by. I'm hoping you're still in the live. That she was speaking to you in that last. Oh, okay. Well, if I was speaking to someone, I hope they got it. If not, get it on the replay. All right, get it on the replay. Let me see. I am looking for. I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it going. I mean, I've reached out to everybody. Like I've sent emails to who? KT, the arts degree. I've reached out. Even Jaheem, the singer. He shares my videos. I'm like, you might as well come on my show. So, but anywho, I've reached out to a few that haven't gotten back to me. So hopefully they will. Okay, Sam Banjo, you said you're the first person in North America to take a fake law off the book and put another law on the book in North Carolina, North America. Okay, so are you saying that you want to come on the show and talk about it, Sam? Okay, I'm looking. Yafa Bay, Sister Yafa, I've inquired. She's kind of not doing anything. I did reach out to her a few years ago, and she got back to me that she wasn't doing anything, any appearances or anything. But I do have a contact for her. I do have her number, as a matter of fact. I just don't think, yeah. My number, the best number to call me at is at 302 897-6560. 302 897-6560. Let me see. Ayala Mansa. Some of those folks, are too big for this, and they're not going to come on here. But some of you are fantastic people. Just like I said, Sam Banjo just told me. So Sam, reach out to me if you want to come. I mean, the sister Latrice Parson Bay was just a sister that called me and wanted to share with me what she had done, and I was like, you want to come on the show? You want to come on the show Tuesday? And it was like she only had a day to 2 days to think about it. And that day I did 2 shows, and I don't know how many calls I get still about contacting Latrice. So could be you. It could be you, Queen Afua. Yeah, I'll do my best. Like I said, I don't know if you all have contacts for some of these people that you are recommending to me, then by all means, email me or text me or email me, and I'll do what I can do. I am also, Erica Badu, I'm also looking for, right now it's got to be a volunteer, but since I got you all on here, I am looking for a volunteer or two that will help me with some of this, calling people and contacting them and so forth. It would so help me. So if that's you, if you got a few, hours a week that you don't mind giving to helping Dr. G with building up the, excuse me, itinerary for upcoming shows, then, reach out to me and we can probably do that. All right. So I am going to prepare Hannibal Bay. I can see if if Father Hannibal will want to come on. Is he, as long as he may want to come on, I can reach out to him. Dane Calloway. Yep, would love to have Dane Calloway on the show. Hell, I'd like to have what's her name? Not Jasmine, okay, Jaguar Wright come on. But whomever, as long as they're going to give us some good information. So anyway, thank you, Warren. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you have suggestions and you also have contacts, I would appreciate if you know a person that you would like me to have on the show, that you call them first and feel them out and see whether or not they really want to be here. A good place to get a pendulum. I don't know if you're on Facebook, Shakia and anybody, but I have some friends on Facebook. One, Jerry Miller, and his wife Sandra. Sandra's, she's not Miller, but they sell. Not only do they sell all kinds of let me see, like let me show you this. Let me see what I got here. They make the organite, and this is the top, for instance, of a copper, and underneath is a pyramid on the bottom. This is organite, and this is the top of a pyramid that literally, when I put it all together, I can actually sit under. This is the very top, but you can use it. You can put it on your, say, I have all the big poles are out, but it's copper, and you can actually put your food under it or whatever. And this is something that Jerry, my friend Jerry, who I had on the show, like Jerry did my very first show. I don't know if you all remember, very first show with Jerry Miller. This is the top of an organite pyramid that is actually, I've got, when I put it all in there, I can actually, this is the top, but it's like you can sit under it. So they do, Sandra, his wife, does pendulums, and they do wands, and they do all that good stuff. He's on Facebook and he's on Instagram, Jerry Miller. So check them out for pendulums. Let me see. I'm just trying to see. My wand, Sandra Fraser on YouTube. Sandra Fraser, Fraser, who is Jerry Miller's wife, made my wand, my copper wand. Jerry, this is the top of my pyramid. I got all the poles out, but see, because I can use it, on the table. I can hold it on myself. Like I said, it's a pyramid. Put myself under the pyramid, but I can actually put the legs on in it, and you can sit under it or stand or whatever. He makes these. Okay, let me see what I got here. Yeah, this is neat, isn't it? It's really neat. And he's got all kinds of, you can see the symbols in it. It's beautiful. You got within it. Okay. Like I said, this is the top of it. So, like I said, crystals, I got all kinds of crystals. I got selenite, I got quartz crystals, I got stones up the yin yang and all of that good stuff. I'm going to probably take pictures and put them out so that people who might be interested in getting crystals, I can get these crystals off my hands, because they're not doing any good all wrapped up in packages here. They need to be in your house. So thank you. I appreciate you saying Banjo. I thank you so much. Thank you for the crew. Thank you for tuning in and staying with me as I rambled and Even though I didn't do my demonstration like I was going to, I do apologize. But if you want to know about the AO scanner or anything, let me see what I have on here that has contact. You want to, here we go. This says Quicksilver, but it's anything. If you want to get in touch with me about the AO scan, the air purifier opportunity, or silver, call me at that number or text me at that number. Okay. So let me see. And I appreciate those of you who support the House of Reawakening Minds. I appreciate your support and your love, and it goes a long way. We, because even though COVID, or excuse me, CV stuff, I mean, it's got us, not being able to do things. We still have expenses, we still have expenses. And so there we go. Contact Dr. G for business opportunities. There we go. Put it all there. 302-897-6560. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please support the House of Reawakening Minds. Love you much. Getting ready to go. You good, Doc? Great show. Sorry for late coming in much. All right. I just rambled a little bit, but I hope that those things that I shared with you all today, for those to whom it applied, then, I'm grateful that I was able to be used by the Most High to illuminate and to validate what you already know. I am not a teacher. I am a reminder of things that have been forgotten. So thank you so much for hanging in there with me. Love you. Till next week. This is Dr. G. Let's rock out.
Dr. G. Really? Who's she?
Yeah, that's me.
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 Dr. G. Really? shit.
Yeah, that's me.